Hey guys, what I want to do is talk to you about the five best ways to close in your DMs. Now, most people don't know this, but I have been teaching literally online marketing, social media, and now AI, which I haven't said a lot about, but I actually have been mastering that for the last 3 or 4 years. It's called the five best ways to close in your DMs. And what I want to do is I want to give you five quick ways to be able to close people in your DMs, in your direct messages on social media, and be able to do it in such a way that is comfortable and do it in such a way that it doesn't even feel like you're closing. And that's why that I wanted to do this very quickly, because I've been teaching this probably for, I don't know, at least 10 years, and it works. So number one is what I call the easy magnet question. That almost feels effortless. Does this make sense to you? Or does this make sense for you? This is something I've been teaching, I don't know, gosh, for decades. Does this make sense? And the reason why is because it gets that place where if it doesn't make sense, then you have a better idea of what you need to say or where you need to take the conversation in order for it to make sense. I love this one as well. Want me to send you the details? It's an effortless, easy, pull them towards you type of close. Want me to send you the details, or would you like to see the details? Small yeses help build bigger sales and run towards the big yes without pressure. That's why in my most humble opinion, I think that if you have an easy magnet question like, does this make sense for you? Or want me to send you the details? Or would you like to see the details? You would be surprised at how good that works, because I've seen it work over and over and over and over and over. The second one is use the I'll get close. Now, I'll get is one of those things that people say, The reason why is because you're acting like you've already decided. You've already acting like they've already decided. And some people call it the assumption close, but it's not really assuming it as much as confidence. Did you get that? You are confident that it's moving in the direction to where you're going to do business. I'll get you started today. What's the best email to send you some information? I'll get you started today. That's in the process, in the funnel. I'm going to get you started today. What is the best email, or what is the best way to be able to send you information? Because I don't care if it's a product, or if you're in direct sales, you're trying to build a team, or even real estate. This helps create a very confident feeling that you've got it under control. Confidence removes hesitation faster than asking permission ever will. Did you get that? Confidence removes hesitation faster than asking permission ever will. And that's why when you say something like, I'll get you started today, what's the best way to send you details? Or can I send you the details via emails? Or can I text you the details? Or these types of things. The DMs that you have are gold. Every time that you send a DM, it must create impact and it must have some form of value. And when you say, I'll get you the information, just send me your email or just let me know the best way to send it. And some people say, well, why wouldn't you send it via direct messaging? Well, there may be attachments, there may be other reasons why. But the I'll get close, to be perfectly blunt, works. I remember several years ago, I was talking with somebody, actually it was a corporation, and somebody had asked me to do some training for them, and there was a few other people vying for it as well. And I just said, I'll tell you what, I'll get you some information. I'll send it over to you. And then from there, let's answer your questions. And the guy said, okay, let's do that, blah, 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 blah. So we got his questions answered. We eventually, fortunately, got to business. But the I'll get closing your DMs is a very confidence boosting as well as directive way to be able to close people. So number one is the easy magnet question. Number two is the I'll get. The third is what I call a gentle push. A gentle push. I've created something especially for you, and you'll find it in the comments below. Now, to be all honest here, there is a young lady out there named Maria Went, and she's done very, very well. She's got a huge business, but this is this close that I saw her use several different times on various things that she does, and I just like it. Now, there's variations to it, and there's also an offline variation to it as well. But I have created something especially for you, and you'll find it in the comments. And that's a good way to be able to close business in your DMs, because when they go in and they see that you've got this and it's easy to order, $17, $24, whatever it is, then it's a pretty quick sale. Offline, it works as well. And I've done this before. Something I've created, something especially for you, I'd like to sit down and show it to you. So it's the same thing. It's a gentle push. And it's not anything as pressureful. It's just gentle. I have many times in various communications have said, I've created something that will help you with the problem that you have. Would you like to see it? Or I've created something that solves the problems that we've been talking about. Where do I send it? This is why that it works. It's gentle. It's no pressure. But more importantly, it really does pull people towards you. Number 4 is called pre-objections. I had a CD course back in, 20 years ago, 2005, 6, 7, somewhere in the neighborhood, called the pre-objections course. And literally it taught you how to use pre-objections to never get objections. Pre-objections are one of those things that said most people worry about this, but here's why it's not an issue. And pre-objections, the CD course that I had has gotten out there, obviously, and we're talking about it as far as the information. But pre-objections can help neutralize objections before they ever come up. Most people are concerned about the price, or many people worry about this, or many people worry about that. But to be honest, it's not an issue. Because what you want to do is you want to address their concerns and worries up front so that it's no longer an issue when it gets to the point of where, okay, let's make a decision here. Pre-objections has a psychology all its own. I don't want to get into it right now, but in that CD series I had, the 2 CD series I had, called Pre-Objections course, it really did help you understand one thing. If you can call out the objection in advance, then it totally takes that objection off the table. It's that simple. And that's why that in your DMs, no matter what it is, whether it's pricing or whether it's timing or whether anything else, create that pre-objection in their DMs, take it off the table, and you'll be probably glad you did, because pre-objection is one of the most powerful ways to neutralize objections that exists. So number 1 is the easy magnet question. Number 2 is the I'll get. Number 3 is the gentle push. Number 4 is the pre-objections. And number 5, this is my favorite, absolute favorite way to close, not only in DMs, but also in anything else. I have an idea. Let's do this. I've been teaching this for 25, 30 years. I have an idea. Let's do this. Psychologically, it's gentle. It's about having an idea, not necessarily closing. It doesn't feel like somebody's closing, but in your DMs, I have an idea. Let's do this. Let's hop on a quick call. Let's hop on a quick Zoom tomorrow at 3 p.m. Does that work? Did you get that? I have an idea. Let's do this. Let's hop on a quick, maybe 5-minute Zoom or call tomorrow at 3 p.m. Does that work in your schedule? Does that work for you? See, vague closes, quote unquote, things that are vague, that really you don't know whether it's a close or not or whatever, that doesn't work really well. But when you have a specific step-by-step, I have an idea, let's do this, let's jump on a Zoom, we'll talk for a few minutes. If it makes sense, then we'll talk further. You're leading them down a path that will lead eventually to business. And that's how that you want to really, truly, psychologically, that's how that you want to answer it in your Zooms. These are the 5 best ways to close in your DMs. Are there better ways? I don't know. These are the ones that I've been teaching, and these are the ones that have worked for me and have worked for hundreds and hundreds of other people. I could give you probably 25 ways. Of course, to be perfectly blunt, it'd be a long video then. But these 5 ways right here, just take 1 or 2 of them and master them. And the reason for that is because the more that you start the closing process in the DMs, the more that you're going to find that your sales are going to skyrocket. We're doing a lot of cool things here. We're doing strategies, tactics, psychological stuff, leadership, communication, just about every single thing on building a business. I call them the 4 7s. Everything we do is built on the 4 7s. That's our pillars. Help you build a 7-figure business, a 7-figure income, help you build 7-figure thinking, and a 7-figure life. And everything we do here on this YouTube channel is based on what will help you build the 4 7s in your life. These strategies and tactics on closing in your DM work. I have seen and helped people build 7-figure businesses with these exact closes. So I would encourage you to study them, use them, master them. And we're going to do more videos based on how to close in DMs or how to close in social media or just how to close over the phone. There's lots of different ways to do it. There's strategies. I would encourage you to learn these, connect with them, and master. Like, share, follow, subscribe this. We're doing some crazy stuff here, guys. We really are having fun. So do yourself a favor. Send this to somebody. They need it. And spread the fire.